Hi there, this is Joe from ShopTo, and this is our WWE 2K16 review. I'm joined by Dan, who's been playing it. So let's get on with it then.
Hi. Oh, well, you know, the WWE games, they sort of knock a game out every year, multi-format. They're always throwing more characters and even more options, and this year, I think, is quite a highlight, I would say. It's always going to be difficult to improve on what come in the past, but I think this one being a huge improvement, I think. It's absolutely stacked full of content. I mean, there are loads and loads of wrestlers to play as. Really in-depth character creation. So if there's characters you can't see or you fancy just messing around with making your own weirdos to jump onto the canvas, then you can go ahead and create whatever you fancy.
Do you find the controls quite difficult in that game?
Well, I was going to get into that near the end, but bring it up now, I will mention it. I think that was the only kind of negative that I found about the game. Fighting games, you tend just to want to beat each other up quite a lot by mashing buttons, getting a pin, jumping off the ropes. And I think they've gone a bit too... what's the word I'm trying to think of? I think they've gotten a bit too skilled, I think. There's an awful lot going on now. I mean, you have your basic attack, grapple, and sort of throw move. On top of that, you have counters, which a little R2, I was playing the PlayStation 4 version, a little R2 appears at the top of your character, and you have to tap it quite quickly to get a decent grapple, otherwise you're going to get thrown around the ring. Then they're also sort of running and things like this. And then what you have is a lot of mini games involved. Submissions, it's a quick tap. You've got to find like a little sliver of green, a little sort of clock that you have to pick it perfectly. Then you have grappling mini games. So it's like a rock, paper, scissors. So a bit of luck involved there. And then you have submission moves where you have to move a cursor around a dial and try and avoid your opponent. It feels a bit disjointed quite a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I also find when trying to sort of gauge in grapples and things, there seems to be a bit of problem with characters actually looking at the right person or trying to find that sweet spot where if you push a button, it actually does what you want it to do.
Who likes wrestling games, Jenk?
I really like them.
Do you like wrestling in general?
Not massively. I used to be a big fan when I was younger, and actually, to be fair, I no longer had Sky, so I didn't watch it anymore. Simple as that, really.
See, that's the thing. I'm not really a fan of wrestling. I used to be like you when I was younger, but now I just think it's just all a bit silly and fake. So...
It's still good fun, I think. It's still a lot of fun involved there, and I think they have captured quite a lot of that with this game. It's just I think they've gone a bit too technical, and I think that's kind of what sort of alienates some players that just want to play and just beat everyone up.
Yeah, because I mean, if it was me and I was still a fan, I'd be what you're playing as people like Hulk Hogan and The Rock, and just kind of have it kind of arcadey fun, not too.
That's what I would like. I mean, there are some. I mean, my favourite. I think most people's favourites is favourites. There's some classic N64 ones that came out. I think it was called No Mercy. I think.
Because I mean, I had a wee go before I sent it to you, and I just couldn't. I just didn't get the controls at all, and I'm thinking, why can't they just do it so that you pick it up, you push a few buttons, and you hit the guy?
It's not instant pick up and play, which I thought was it's a surprising move considering the sport that it is, or the entertainment that it is. There is an element of just beating each other up for fun, and I think they got a little bit too technical and deep for the sort of game. But on the same side, it is still enjoyable once you work these little foibles out. I mean, the amount of content, like I said earlier, there's so much going on. The big one is obviously having a 2K showcase, which is where you play through the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, right from the early days all the way through to where we are now. They've cleverly kind of cut original, which back then called WWF footage, before they got sued, I think. But they sort of cut original footage with gameplay footage, and that's quite cool because it blends. All right, there's a bit of a jar in visuals from real to computers, and the graphics aren't brilliant. There's a little bit of shine missing from it,
Yeah.
But it's quite cool. It puts you in that moment, depending on what event you're planning. That's quite a cool idea. Then you've also got the My Career. That's where you create your own wrestler, and you start from I think it's the NXT, which is, I think, their new kind of introduction to wrestling, all the way through to getting all the belts and building your way up to become world champion. And then you also have the WWE universe as well, with loads of characters you can play as. I mean, the amount of game modes. I mean, you've got the classic one-on-one, then you've got tag, tornado tags, ladder matches, table matches, main events. Oh, wow. Almost my personal favourite, the Royal Rumble. Sadly, as ever on the Royal Rumble, it does tend to cap, I think it was at 6 characters in the ring at once, which is a shame, but at the same time, getting all 40 people in there might be a bit of a chore, but it's still really good fun. And I think one of my videos is on there playing the classic Retro Man Randy Savage, but unfortunately it doesn't last too long.
So there's certainly plenty to play then. It's all packed in.
A fan of wrestling is going to eat this up. I mean, they will absolutely love it. It's going to struggle. It's not the sort of game where you can say all your mates come around and have a quick one-on-one, because there is a level of technical skill involved, I think, now. But as a single player, if you want to sit there and just go through it, there is so much. I mean, there's multiple careers to play through. There's a lot of fun to have in this game.
Okay, so you basically, the good points is it's just packed and great for fans, but based on the negative side, it's not really accessible for new people.
And if new people are going to struggle and people just want a quick muck around, it's a little bit too deep there. But also, it is lacking a little bit of polish. Some of the wrestlers look brilliant, but then some others, they look a bit stiff. And the visuals could just do a little bit more of a push. I'm sure next 2K17, when it turns around, will be another improvement. To be honest, if they had the same game with just slightly better graphics, it would be worthwhile picking up again next year. That's all they've got to do, is just sort of master that part of it, and that's fine.
Okay, we'll leave it there then. Thanks for joining us for this review. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Scott. Bye.
Bye.
It's over. It's all over.